Hello friends, welcome back. So in this session of Docker, we will establish the communication between two containers. In our last session, we are done with the managing of network in Docker, like how we can create the network, how we can delete the network, how we can connect to the network, we can disconnect from the network, how we can inspect the network. So all those commands we have done in our last session. So in this session we will try to communicate two containers we will try to communicate. Okay, so this time we will not do in our local machine, we will do in our AWS. Why? Because in our upcoming labs we need a cluster, and that cluster is possible through AWS only. Otherwise, without AWS, if you do, then you have to you have to purchase the computer, you have to set up that computer in your room, then you have to give the connectivity, and then you have to do. But that is a very tedious task, you cannot do at all. Practically also you will not be able to see that one. So the simplified approach is, either you should use always any cloud services. So the cloud services are AWS, Azure or Google. You can use any of them, but we will use cloud here. Later on we will learn that one. If time permits, we will learn how to use AWS, how to use Google Cloud, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. We will see that later, but currently in this course we will use AWS. Okay, fine. So let's go to AWS first, and we will see the account creating on AWS. I think you probably most of the guys know. It's a simple, how you are registering on Facebook or Google, you are creating your Gmail account, or you are registering on Microsoft account. The registration process is similar for all. Simply just you have to fill the form and you have to do that one. I think you can do it. Okay, let's open first AWS, Amazon, aws.amazon.com. So this is a cloud service. Yes, so now you have first thing that either you should sign in or create AWS account. If you don't have, you can click on create AWS account. I have already that account, I have already done all those. So I will just show you the forms, and simply you have to give your email, then account name, some account name. After that one, click on verify email. So verify emails, like it will send some link and you have to click on that link, that email will be verified. Then next step it will be you have to furnish your payment method, like you have to give your credit card or debit card details, like the pin number, sorry, the not pin number, the credit card number, the expiry, CVV number. So these details you have to furnish. Why it is required? Because you have to make the payment also, and not only for the payment, since these AWS services are free, because free tier is also available. So if it is a free, then at least you have to provide your details, your card details, so that it will generate the bill. Okay, fine. If you have any already existing account, then you can do the sign in also. Sign in is quite simple. It's very simple. Okay, so simply just click on root user, and you have to give your email and click on next. Then you have to give your password and it will be login. It's a simple. Registration process is as simple you will follow, you will be successfully able to register. There is no problem in that. Okay, next, after registration, when you log in, something you will see like this. Here you can see the region, like in which region you want to deploy your application. Suppose my customer base is in India, so I can choose Mumbai, geographical location Mumbai. It's okay. Suppose my customer base is in USA. In that case, you can modify the region here, any of the region, like Virginia, Ohio, California, Oregon, Osaka, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo. If your customer base is in Japan, or in that way, you can go with that geographical location. You can select that Tokyo, Singapore, Sydney, that one, like that. Frankfurt, Ireland, London, Paris. So according to your geographical location, you can go. I am selecting Mumbai because I want to deploy application in my India, so that's, you can go with this one. This is the region you can select. Okay, next, there are a lot of services you can explore from here. Services, the service that we are using here, that is under computer only. Inside computer, EC2 means elastic cloud computing. E stands for elastic, C stands for cloud, and 2 means one more C. So elastic cloud computing, that is, it is nothing but EC2 means you are taking a computer on a rent. Simple. In that computer there will be hardware and software, like there will be some RAM, there will be CPU, there will be some operating system, there will be network, there will be internet also in that computer. These are the important things, no? In your, suppose if you are installing a computer in your home, what all the things you need in your computer? There will be hardware, there will be CPU, there will be RAM, there will be some storage memory, there will be internet, and there will be some operating system like Windows, Mac, or Linux. So these makes one computer. That computer, if you buy from the market and you install in your local, it's okay. But generally, if you want 100 computer, it's not possible like that. In that case, you take computer on a rent. That is nothing but here AWS. This is the one service of cloud computing. Cloud computing has a lot of services. We will learn what is cloud computing in our upcoming sessions later. So this is the one service that is provided by the cloud computing, taking computer on a rent. And in AWS, EC2 calls the computer that you are going to take on a rent. EC means elastic cloud computing, EC2. Okay, so click on EC2. We have to take one computer on rent now. Okay, so you see here, this is the resources of EC2. Currently there is no instance. Instance means one EC2 instance means one computer. If I said instance 2, it means 2 computers, 2 EC2 computers. Okay, running instance 0. Currently there is no instance. 0 key pairs and security group, that we will first create. What is key pair? Key pairs, like you have to log into that machine. Suppose if you have a computer in your home and you started that computer, so you log into that computer, you need username, password, something. But here you cannot do that one. There is no window, such type of window. There is only terminal. Using the terminal only you can connect to that computer. So that's why key pair is required. So it will generate one encrypted file, and that file it will be downloaded. That file you have to use to connect with EC2. So let's go ahead and create the pair first. Okay, create key pair. The name of key pair, what you want to give, my I think I can give this one only, my pair, or my key pair you want to give. Okay, I will give this only. Copy it, copy the name, my pair. Simply I'm just giving a my pair. That's it. That's it. PAM and PPK, keep it as default PAM only. That's it. That's it. And create it. And you see, as you see, it is downloaded. It's downloaded the file. You see here, mypair.pam file. It is downloaded 164 byte file. Go to your download. Go to your download. In your download, mypair.pam file is there. Okay, this file you have to use to connect with that EC2 instance. Okay, so copy it, Control X. I am moving this file to some other location, like in my workspace AWS. I am placing it here. Okay, this is the first step. It's done. Okay, my pair is there. Fine. Okay, come back. Not here. Okay, click here. Now go to EC2 recent visited, like whatever you visited that service, it will come here. You directly come here, or else if you want to come from here, computer EC2, you can come it. Okay, your choice. Okay, so one key pair we have now. We have one key pair. Next is very important, that is a security group. Security means, like if there is a computer in your home, you have to give some network policies you have to apply. Who can access, like firewall, similar to firewall. If there is a firewall, then if any server is running in your machine, no one can access, because firewall is enabled. You have to disable firewall, then it will be accessible, or you have to apply some other security. Okay, so that is the nothing but security group. So we have to create one security group also. One security group by default is there, but I am just not touching this one. I am just creating a new security group. Simple. I am giving here my security group. My security group. Simple. My security group. That's it. Description also I'm giving simply my security group. That's it. Okay, inbound rules I want to add. What is inbound rule? I am enabling all traffic currently. If you want to enable specific traffic like HTTP, HTTPS, you can do it, but I am taking all type of traffic, and custom source anywhere IPv4. That's it. So it means you can access your anywhere from you can access this application. That's it. Outbound also you can take same, and IPv4 same only. That's it. And create security group. That's it. Fine. Now security groups are ready. Fine. The third step, now we have to create our EC2 instance. That is our major task. EC2 instance we have to create now. Okay, the recent visitor, now this time EC2 service I am directly picking from here, because it will come here. Go to EC2 instance. Okay, now we have one key pair and two security group, one key pair. We don't have any instance, we don't have a volume also. Volume means the storage. Volume is nothing but the storage. Suppose you have one EC2 instance, for that one EC2 instance there will be one volume. Definitely one volume will be there, where the data will be stored in volume. Okay, so click on instance. So there is no instance currently. You have to create instance, so that's why you have to click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. Okay. Name of the instance you want to give. Generally, if you see our networking concept, we have given a name for networking related. We have given a name that is called node. So I am giving node 1. like that simply. Or I am giving worker node, because I am working on that one, that node, so that's why I am giving a worker node. You can give any of them name. Why I am giving worker node, I will explain in the next session. I think mostly in the next session or in the next to next session I will discuss why I am choosing the name as a worker. I will define it later. Worker node 1, simply, that's it, worker node 1. Or else if you want to keep in uppercase, you can keep worker worker node 1, that's it. Fine. What is the node? Means one node, one computer, that's it. It means node. Worker means this, currently you understand like that, this is the node that is used to create the container, that's it. I will define the concept behind worker and what is the use, why I have taken the name like that. We'll see in the next session, I think, or in the next session. Next, so this is the name of the instance. Okay, next you have to select what type of operating system you want to use. There are a list of operating systems. See, Amazon Linux, because Linux is an open source, so Ubuntu is also built on Linux kernel. Similarly, Amazon has created their own operating system, Amazon Linux. You can choose this one also, but I am preferring and suggesting you to use Ubuntu. Okay, you click on Ubuntu. Fine. So this is the you have selected your operating system. What operating system you want to use? Our operating system will be Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu version, which Ubuntu version? You have to select from here now. Ubuntu 22.04, Ubuntu 22.04. So which one is eligible for free tier? 22.4 is eligible. Yes, it is eligible. You select it. Okay, by default I think it is selected because this is a free tier eligible. What is the meaning of free tier? It is almost free, the service you can use free of cost. Okay, that's why it's a free tier eligible. Fine. Architecture type is 64-bit you want to use. Okay, fine. Now you have to select how many, what should be the memory and what should be the CPU. You have to select. Above you have selected the type of operating system and the version of operating system and architecture type, like 62-bit, 32-bit, ARM or x64, some whatever you have selected. You have selected your operating system image. You see here application and operating system image, Ubuntu and Ubuntu 22.04 and architecture 64-bit. Here you have to select the hardware. Hardware means the CPU and memory. So here this is a free tier eligible. If you see here, you can select any of them, but your bill will be more if you, because others are not free tier eligible. This is a free tier eligible. 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM, more than enough. In Linux, 1 GB RAM is more than enough to run a Linux operating system smoothly. It's not required like 6 GB, 8 GB RAM like Windows or something like that, not required. Simply 1 GB RAM will be enough. 1 CPU enough for that one. Currently, whatever the work we are doing for that one. So this is a free tier eligible, you can select it. Okay. Key pair, login. To login, which key pair you want to use? You have to create a new, you click on create a new, but we have already created. So you select it. It will come from this list. Yes, it's there. Next is the network. So for networking related, like inbound and outbound rules you have to define, or else you want to select from existing, because we have already created. If you have already created, you select that one. That's it. My security group only we have already created. Okay, that's it. Fine. Here you have to select the storage volume 8 GB. That's it. Currently enough. Okay, and launch instance. That's it. It will take some time, like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it will be launched. Right, so I think it is launched successfully. Go to instances. You can see here worker node. This is the name. This is the ID. By default, some ID it is generating for the instance. Status is running. Type is T2 micro. Initialization check, like check it is initializing. Okay. That's it. Some IP address, some details, some key pair, some launch time. It is showing here. That's it. Fine. When you select this one, it will give some more details here. Downside, if you see, downside some more details, some IP address, something. So if you want to connect with this one, how will you do it? Simply you have to copy this public IP address. Copy the public IP address. Go to your AWS folder where your PAM file is there. Open terminal here. Open terminal here, and you have to connect to that machine now. How will you connect? Simple. SSH the file name, my pair.pam. This is the file name. What is the default? You have to give Ubuntu. Sorry, I will tell you what is the meaning of Ubuntu. @ this IP address. So Ubuntu is nothing but your username. Default user is Ubuntu. If you have created one instance, you see you have created one instance, so it means one computer is running now. One computer is running at Mumbai origin. In Mumbai, in some building, some computer it is running, and that is yours now. You have taken on the rent. Now what is the user of that computer to log in? The user is Ubuntu, Ubuntu. And what is the password? Password is nothing but this mypair.pam key is the password to log in. Simple, you understand like that. And this is the IP address of that machine. That's it. Now press enter. It is telling, yeah, you want to connect it, so type yes. It's connected. What happened? Permissions, my permissions are to open. It is required that the private file not accessible by other. This privacy will be ignored. Bad. Okay. What happened? Unprotected private file. Key file. Okay. Okay, understood. I think this, see, it is telling this file is not protected. You do one thing, go to permissions, just give read only. Now try. Files are not accessible by other. It is required that your private key files are not accessible by other. This private key will be ignored. Load my key pair, bad permissions. Some permission related problems only. So owner can read and write, others none, no one. That's it. Okay, now try it. Yes. So what is happening in Linux operating system? Actually the files whatever is there in your operating system, in your Linux, that file, each file will have the permissions, then only you can access. Currently why it was not connecting? Because mypair.pam file has an open privilege, or anyone can read this file. That is the default permission. So because since this is an rented computer and it is on available on internet, that's why it is recognizing that this key cannot be used, because this is accessible to other user also. See, it is clearly telling here, it is required that your private key file are not accessible by other. This private key will be ignored because it is accessible. Now it is not accessible. If you see, if you open properties and permission, groups or other user cannot access, only I can access. That's why now it is able to log in successfully. Okay, clear it. Now you see here Ubuntu 170 something, it is there. Now this terminal is not our local computer terminal, you understand, like that. This is not our local. In our local Docker is there. Docker version, version, it's there, but it is telling you have to install. Now if I open another terminal here, and if you see Docker version, it is giving the Docker version detail, because this terminal is my local computer terminal. In our local computer, Docker is there, but in AWS machine that we rented, there is no, in this EC2 instance there is no AWS, no Docker is not installed at all. So that's why when you go with the version, it is suggesting please install, it's not installed. Okay, so the first step that we have to do, we need to install Docker. We need to install Docker, and Docker installation steps are very simple. I think we have done already. Where is that? Networking EC2, not there. Okay, these are the steps. Set up EC2 instance. Okay, so simple. The very first step that you have to do, you have to update your repository, update the local repository. Yes, it is updating, fine. If you use sudo, it will not ask password, because password itself is not there. In AWS in AWS EC2 instance or any other cloud service, by default they are disabling the password authentication. You should not use, because they have given one secured file, that is a mypair.pam file. They have given secured file, use that file to connect. Okay, that's why sudo, if you give, it will not ask password, because password is not there, it will consider that pam file key only. Okay, so repository updation is done. Next is you have to install Docker. Okay, simple, very simple step. You can use to install the Docker. Okay, okay, Docker is installed. Next, you have to add this group. I think this is not required, it's automatically adding, but let's try. If it is there, it will tell already added. Yes, already exist. Next, you have to give this user permissions. You have to enable it and just paste it. Okay, next you can check the version. Now you can check the version, it will work, but you have to restart. What you restart your terminal is enough. Just log out and log in again, it's enough. Yeah, it's saying permission denied. So what you have to do is just log out and again log in using the same this command, log in it. Okay, yes, okay, now clear it. Clear it, and now Docker version, version, that's it. Now the Docker is installed. Fine. Now we can start pulling our images. From where you will pull the image. Currently if you see Docker images, there is no image because latest we have installed. So what we need to do, we have to use our Docker Hub repository to pull that image. We can do that one because we have already pushed the images. So this image I am taking currently, or else you can take other also, no issue, but I am taking this one. Okay, so yeah, 1.0 version I am pulling. You want to pull any other specific latest, you can pull it, but I am pulling this one only. This is the pull command they have given. Okay, so simply just pull this image. First you are pulling this image from the Docker Hub repository. It will pull. I think their computer speed is very much faster. It is pulling. Okay, so now if you see the image, one image is there. From this image I want to create a container. How can you create? I have to create container. So how can you create a container? I have added that command here for easiness. Simply just copy it. But here the version I am giving a latest. You have to give the version whatever we have we have pulled. Otherwise it will pull the latest also. So remove the latest and give here 1.0. That's it. Okay. The port mapping I am doing same 5050. That's it. Okay. Enter. Now one container is up and running. Docker ps. There is a one container that is up and running. How can you access? Can you access it with the localhost 5050? Can you do it? No, cannot do it because it is running on EC2. You have to access through public IP. Where is that public IP? Yes, this is your public IP. Copy this and paste it here, then give here 5050. That's it. Now you are able to access. Okay, so there is a one container now. One container is running, and can you tell me let clear this Docker ps. Can you tell me what is the network type is used by this container? Have you specified any network type? No. So by default it is belonging to which network? By default it belongs to bridge network. If you see here, Docker network network ls. So how many networks are there? 3 by default network. Bridge network is a default one. So for this container also the default network is a bridge only. How can you verify that one? Simply you have to inspect this network. You have to inspect this Docker network, inspect, and you have to give the name of the network. So once you inspect, you will see containers. How many containers are there? One container is there. What is the name of that container? My web container 1. What is the container ID? The container ID is 6564578F48, this much only. This is the actual ID, and this ID is the name of the host. Simple. The first few character it is taking. See, 64578, and from this one to CB, this much CB5, this much it is taking as an container ID, but this is the actual container ID. This much is the long container ID. first few character it is taking, and that is considered as the host name. Okay, and if you see here, what is that one? 6456B, same only, same host. If you see here, I will make it smaller and I will show you here. See, container, yeah, this is the container. See, this one, exactly same only. And what is the IP address? IPv4 address is 172.70.0.2, exactly same. So this is the same container, same container. So one container is there. Okay, similarly I will create one more container. I will create one more container. Where is that? This one more container, and the container name I am giving C2, and the port that I am using 5051 now, and press enter. Now one more container came in this network only. If you see, one more container came, and this container is running on port number 5051 also. Copy it, come here and paste it, 5050 and 5051 also. Yes, it's there. And this container host name is different, and IP is the next to that one. Similarly, I can create one more. Yes, container 3 I will create. Container 3 I will create, and I will give 5052. That's it. Now one more container came, and I will access that also. I will access to 5052. Yes, 5052, and IP address is the next to that one, 172.04.03.02. 01 is given for gateway. Okay. So currently we have a 3 container. So how we can communicate with these 3 containers? Can you do that one? Can you ping from this one? Generally ping command, I think you know. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to enter into the container, and we are trying to ping. Suppose I am entering into this container, this IP address container 172.70.6 something, and I am pinging to this one. Can I do that one? Yes, you can do that one. So let's try it. Fine. So this network, this is okay. This is done, and that is fine. So next, so you have to enter into the container. So how will you enter into the container? How many containers are there totally? Total 3 containers are there. Let's clear this first, and docker ps. Total 3 containers are there. I am entering. I will enter into this container first. Container 1. Okay. Copy this, and docker container exec it, and the name of the container you give here, then give here bin bash. That's it. Now we have entered into the container. Now from this container I am trying to ping other container like container 2 and container 3. That is the meaning of communication only. Can I do it? Yes, you can do it. How you will do? What is the command to ping? The command to ping is this one. Command to ping is this one. This is the command. Okay, so let's try, but the IP address is what? IP address is something different. I think this is the container 1, this is container 2. For container 2, IP address is this one. Copy this, and just paste it. So what it is telling? Ping command not found. Why? Ping command generally will be there in that operating system, no? But in this operating system, ping command is not there. Why? Because this is a slim operating system. Container will have a slim operating system. It's not a full-fledged operating system as you installed in your computer, or you taken the rent computer on a rent from AWS. It's not that type of operating system. It's a very slim operating system, few size in few MB, like 100 MB or 70 MB, that's it. So in that one, whatever is the important or required, that software is there only, no other software. You have to install that one if you want to do. So how will you do it? How can you do it? So you have to install these two software, IP router and IP UTL ping. You have to install these two. Okay, copy and install it. It will install. Install the second one also, because these two software is used to ping command. If you want to use, you have to install, because it is a slim operating system. Okay, now you try to ping. So it is pinging successfully. You will see here. Clear it once. Docker ps. Oh, sorry. Okay. We are inside the container. Okay, so inside the container, if you try to ping, it is pinging. It is pinging to what? It's pinging to whom? It's pinging the IP address 172.70.0.3. This is container 2 IP. It is telling 5 packet transmitted, 5 received, 0 packet loss. This much time it taken. So it means the ping command is successfully doing. Pinging is nothing but, see, I have to make a communication to you. The one way, yeah, I am just checking whether you are there, yes, and whether I am able to communicate with you. So I will I will say you hello, and in return you will also say me hello. That's it. That is the communication. So if you want to make this communication between the computers, you have to use ping command, and ping means 5, means it will send some 5 bytes of data. That's it. 5 times it will set 64 bytes like that. 5 times it will send, and 5 times if the acknowledgement came, it means communication is there. That's it. So communication is there. Communication between container 1 and container 2, it's there. Between container 3, is it there? You have to check it. So go and check that also. Previously it was 3, now IP address is 4. Yes, communication is there. Okay. Similarly, if you exit from here and if you see Docker ps, if you enter into any other container, suppose if you enter into container 3, can you do that communication? Yes, you can do. You can try. Okay, I'm not entering into that one, and I'm not showing that one, because in that one again we have to install this software. It's not there because that is a slim OS again. But yeah, you understand the concept. You can ping. Okay, now the next thing, can I do and ping with the help of, suppose let's enter into that container again. Okay, where is that? This one, I think. Yes, this one only. So currently, what is the ping command that we are using? This is the ping command that we are using. I think you can see here. Yes, this one, and it is pinging. Is it possible to ping with the help of name? Is it possible? Or with the ID? Is it possible? Suppose instead of giving the name, I am just giving instead of giving the IP address, I am giving the name. Can I do it? No. Name or server, name or service not known. You cannot do it. Even if you give here container ID, that also you cannot do it. Okay, you can ping with the help of only network container IP address. Fine. Come out from here. Now this is using the default network whatever is given. whatever the network driver is given by the Docker container. What is the default network driver that is provided by the bridge with this by the Docker? That is name is a bridge itself, that it is using. But I want to use my own browser, my own network. I will create my network. How I will create? Simply I will create my, I think it is not there, network driver bridge. Here it is there, simply copy it, or else give name here, my web app network. Simply my web app network, that's it, my web app network driver. This is the name, okay, this is the name, Docker network create my web app network driver, type is a bridge, and here you can use subnet is 50.40.0.0 and 16 and gateway, gateway is 50.40.0.1. that's it. Okay, you have customized. So copy this and create this network. So this network is created now. Clear it, and Docker ps and Docker network ls. Okay, so this is the network. Currently this network is not used because these three containers, whatever these three containers are running, these three containers are connected with bridge only. Default it will be connected with this only. We have to disconnect from that one and we have to connect these three containers to this one. How can we do it? Simple command. First we have to disconnect. So Docker network disconnect from bridge, disconnect container from bridge, bridge network, this container, copy it and paste it. Simple. Disconnect second also, disconnect third also, disconnect. Now you have to connect to what? Connect to other network. Connect. And currently if it is disconnected, can you access this application? No, you cannot access because there is no network. You cannot do it. Okay, fine. Now I am going to connect to my web app network. Connect to my web app network. That's it. Container 1, first I will do container 1 connected. So if container 1 connected, it should be accessible. Yes, it is accessible. And if you see the IP address, how IP address is coming? IP address is coming as per our subnet. Okay, by default that subnet it was using 172.70 something. Now the subnet it is using whatever we have defined, it is using that subnet now. Okay, and this is the ID of the container. The previous ID will not changing, it's not changing that ID. Okay, and similarly if you connect with the 1 or 2, you can access 2. You connect with the 3 also. So now all 3 you can access. This one. Yes, now you see the IP address. Observe the IP address, guys. 504004, 504003, 504002. Okay, that's it. Now what I will do, I will enter into the container, this one. I will enter Docker network so no, Docker container, container exec, and interactive mode, enter into interactive mode into this container, and bin bash bin bash sh, entered. Now we are at entered into this container. Now I will try to ping C5 and the IP address of self ping. You can do, if you want to do self ping, you can do. Yes, self ping is always possible, not required, not an issue, it is pinging by the IP address. Okay, IP address of 3 is also there. Yeah, it is pinging. This ping is also successful. IP address 4 for third container, it is pinging. Now I will ping by name. Can I ping now? Because in the default bridge network I cannot ping, but if I use container name here, can I ping it? Yes, you can do. So this is the benefit of custom bridge network. By default bridge network, if you are using, you cannot ping by the name. You cannot ping, but if you are defining your custom network, you can ping by the name also. Similarly 3 you can ping, and you can enter into the 3 and you can ping 1. Yeah, the reverse also will be possible. Definitely, if I can say you hello, you can also say me hello. Simple. There is no need to check enter into this container 2 or 3 and then install that software, then try to ping. You can do it, but you try by your own, but it will be working. So this is the way how we can communicate within the container. Okay, and since this is our bridge network only, so that's why we are using only one computer, because bridge network is single host it is using. If the container is running on a single computer or in a single host, you can use bridge network. But in case of multiple hosts are there and your containers are running across the cluster, in that case you cannot use this bridge. What you have to use? You have to use overlay network driver, that we will see in our next session. Okay, so this is fine communication by using custom bridge. Yeah, that we also have done. We have done this one. Okay, fine. Using host. See, host network, if you want to use, that is, we will not do any practical lab in that one. You can do it. I will show you. Simple. That is very simple. What you have to do? You have to create one container, or else you can use host. Container host is already there. You can use that one. And what it will be, you will observe that it will give the same IP address, whatever is given by the IP address of your host machine, the same IP address it will give. You can inspect it. You will inspect and you can see it. Okay, that's it. That's only. There is nothing much in that one. Host means the IP address of host will be assigned to the container. That's it. It will be treating like a single machine again. Okay, that's it. If two containers are there, then again same IP will be there for both of them. But in that case, you have to give the IP address. The port number is different. On the basis of port number, it will map. Okay, that is very straightforward. You can try it. Fine. Next, we will do working with overlay. How we will work with overlay network, we will see in our next session. How we can communicate between the overlay network, how we will set up that one, we will see. Okay, in overlay, because since overlay is a multi-host driver, overlay driver is a multi-host driver, will communicate between the container that are running on different nodes. Means the containers are created across the cluster. In that case, you don't know in which computer that cluster that container is running, but overlay will manage that one internally. You just have to tell the type overlay, that's it, automatically it will manage. Fine, that we will see in our next session. So I hope you like this session. Please subscribe my channel and we will see you in the next session. Till that, bye bye and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.